All right, congratulations, you're all set up. The first part of this tutorial is going to talk about the simple or primitive, as they're officially called, types of JavaScript. JavaScript has three primary simple data types. There are more, but you don't need to know about those yet. The three simple data types are strings, numbers, and booleans, and they're really simple to understand. In this video, we're going to talk about strings. So I've created a file called strings.js, and if you'd like to follow along, that's great. So the first thing we need to do is we need to talk about variables. What is a variable? We're going to be creating a lot of variables. A variable is like a box or a container for data. You can create a variable by simply typing var, and then giving that variable a name. So for example, let's say var name equals, and then we're going to say quotation marks Tanner. So what's going on here? Here, I'm telling the computer, hey, I'm going to create a variable, so get ready, I'm going to store some information. And I want you to store this information under the label name. So anytime that I say use this variable name, the computer is going to give back to me whatever I put inside. Here I'm saying Tanner, and this is a string. Simply put, a string is any text that has quotation marks around it. They can be single quotation marks or they can be double quotation marks. The computer doesn't care as long as they're the same on both sides. So here I have a string that has single quotation marks, and it can just as well be double quotation marks. So why would I say name? Why would I create a variable name instead of just typing out Tanner all the time? It's not that big of a deal. Well, a variable can contain a lot of information. So let's say that my name is actually John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. However you spell it, I don't know. But John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. That is a long name. And every time that I want to say that this is my name, now I can just say name instead of John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. So again, a string is any text that has quotation marks around it. When the computer comes across some text, let's say name, it's going to say, hey, this is text, and it's going to expect it to be code. But if it comes across quotation marks, it's going to say, hey, this is human language, I'm going to treat this differently. So let's console log, and we know what console log does, right? It prints this out to the terminal or to the console. So here I'm going to type name. So we can confirm that this works by running this file. So I'm going to say node, it's kind of hard to see here, node, and then I'm going to run string.js. And look, it prints out John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Now, what if I were to just type in name here? It's not going to do anything. It's still just going to run this. I need to tell the computer what to do with that variable. So to recap, we can see that this is a variable, and we know that this is JavaScript code because it doesn't have quotes around it. A string is human language. It's something that can be visible on a computer screen, like a website, and it has quotation marks around it. And that's all a string is. It's text with quotes around it.